It's time for the daily edition of Litter Media Live on this final Tuesday of October 2025. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. And good to have you with us on this wonderful morning. I just realized one thing I didn't change. Our scroller at the top. And also down at the bottom, we'll probably see Aaron's name pop up. Yep, there it is. Let me switch that.
You can be Aaron today.
And let me put it back to there. That's going to be you and Aaron. Here's Dan and Mike. There we go. All right. So don't pay attention to the scroller at the top of your screen. We'll just turn it off.
There you go.
There we are. Now you're going to have to just listen and watch to see what we have to talk about today.
Absolutely.
And that being said, by the way, Aaron is on assignment, and we got a call late, and so he was jumping to go and take care of that outside of here. So we appreciate his efforts, and we'll show you what he is doing.
Yeah.
One day soon.
Yes.
So
the final product.
Yes. In the meantime, let's take a look at the weather.
Yeah. Like myself, last day to mow the yard for a few days.
Yeah.
Because the rain is coming. Mostly cloudy skies today with a high up around 60 by mid to late afternoon. And then rain moves in for Wednesday and Thursday, a little cooler with a daytime high of 53. I believe they're talking now like it'll dry out starting on Friday. So hopefully for football Friday night playoff games, things will be a little bit drier for those outdoor activities.
And as they say down home, you could possibly do a little cutting tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the rain won't start until around 5 o'clock or so.
Right.
Which is good to know. However, Halloween's just around the corner, and kids don't want to go out in the rain and do all that. And I remember the year I was the grand marshal for the Halloween parade, it rained during the parade, and everyone was just like...
Now, was this the Grand Marshal of Niption parade?
No, this was the Chillicothe JCs.
Gotcha.
And I think back then the Evening Lions Club was still involved with it too. Yeah. So, all right, coming up in just a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with what's happening with news and information, and a look at sports as well. Not all of us that stayed up for the World Series last night have a good bit of sleep. So details on that 7-hour game coming your way in just a bit as well. But first, we want to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When it comes to being comfortable, you want to be comfortable whether you're at home or at work. They can take care of that for you. Call AccurateHVAC.com up on your Explorer if you want, or whatever browser you use. Do people still use Explorer? I think some of them do.
Maybe.
Your Google Chrome or Firefox, whatever Explorer you use these days, or browser, I should say. Just go to this. If I've completely lost you, go to our website, littermedia.com, click on Accurate, this ad, and it'll take you right to their website, and that cuts out all the other problems that we're having here trying to explain this all to you. Did I confuse you enough?
Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Your trusted comfort advisor. If it was uncomfortable listening to me talk about this, their service they give you will be far more comfortable. Coming up, news next.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe, and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night. You can follow along with us on our website, littermedia.com, and while you're there, you'll be able to see some of the stories that we're going to be talking about here today. And, of course, you can follow along with us with our social media. All that contact information is in the upper right-hand corner. Did you know we have Spotify? Did you know that we have Litter Media Radio? Did you know that we have Facebook, Instagram, and X? All that available at littermedia.com. At the top of our news today,
Ohio University has been recognized as Outstanding Community Partner Award, and this comes from OU to Ohio Chillicothe Education Advisory Committee. It's the 4th annual Community Engagement Symposium that was held this month at Athens Armory. Education Advisory Committee represents Chillicothe City Schools, Eastern Pike, Greenfield, Huntington, Unioto, Zane Trace, as well as the Pickaway County Education Service Center. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. And I completely forgot to put that image in there.
Okay.
I apologize. So let's tell you about the only 3 weeks until the Chillicothe Ross Chambers 2025 Business Expo. You can mark your calendars for Wednesday, November 12th. That's 4 until 7 p.m. at Triple Crown Family Fun Center. This is your chance to connect with 60-plus local businesses, enjoy free food, and snag some amazing door prizes, too. It is free to attend this. They've been doing this out at the Triple Crown for a number of years now, so some of you should be familiar with it, but if you are not, you can showcase your business or organization. Just give a contact to Dacia Gearhart. You'll reach her at 740-702-2722.
Community Action Committee of Pike County has announced that the Community Services Program, which includes Home Energy Assistance Program, or better known as HEAP, will be relocating to a new facility at 528 Southwest Street in Piketon by the end of this month, October. This move is taking place just ahead of the HEAP Winter Crisis Program, which begins November 1st, ensuring the program will continue operating smoothly and without interruption for local residents in need of energy assistance during the colder months. The relocation underscores Pike CAC's ongoing commitment to improving access to essential resources and support services for Pike County residents.
You can register to join a live webinar hosted by Pickaway County Developmental Disabilities. That's November 18th at 6:30 p.m. and discover strategies to help plan for the future for your loved one with a disability. Other topics include guardianship, supported decision-making, special needs trusts, stable accounts, waivers, and benefits. And they've got a QR code right there where you can scan to find out more.
A shout out from United Way of Ross County. Because of you, each week 200 students are given a Mighty Active Pack full of shelf-stable, kid-friendly food to get them through the weekend. Because of you, it's possible. Together, we can reach even more children and volunteer or give today. For volunteer opportunities, you can get a hold of Trevor Clark at the United Way of Ross County, or just visit their website, unitedwayross.org/donate to make a gift.
And the Fairfield Area Humane Society now booking appointments for dogs and cats with the Rascal Unit for November 12th. Appointments are in high demand. They're unable to reserve spots over the phone or online, so appointments are first come, first serve, first snip, so to speak, with in-person prepayment for the animal, not for you. Please stop in, and they ask that you prepay during business hours while availability remains. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday, Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on Sunday and Thursday, they are closed as well. So just keep that in mind if you're out in the Lancaster area.
Yep. Our road reports in Pike County, State Route 32 intersection improvement, where it meets up with Route 335. At least one lane will be maintained in both directions on State Route 32 through this fall. And, of course, all of our road reports, you'll start seeing the various counties are starting to not have any projects. So we state in those counties no active projects. But you can find that on the nav bar for road reports at littermedia.com.
I was having trouble finding something, and I have found it here.
Gotcha.
So it's important for you to know that the Skag clearance sale continues at Hometown Motors Incorporated. You can choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry, because once the clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor. Call Hometown Motors Incorporated, 740-773-8826 for more information. Better yet, stop in at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe for Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors. Coming up, a look at sports next.
Our financial lives have never been more complex, and some decisions just can't wait, which is why our K&B Mobility app gives you instant access to the financial tools you need wherever you are. Get a clear picture of all of your accounts, check your daily transactions, receive account alerts, and much more. So no matter where you are or what you are doing, you can make the best decisions for you and your financial goals. Download our Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Now that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Time for sports, and we're heading to the river. If we get there early enough, we could go to the river.
That'd be all right with me. You're buying, right?
I might do that.
Oh, my gosh.
If we leave early enough.
Wait a minute. Elizabeth, I'm coming.
Mike wasn't ready for that. Amanda Clear Creek heading down to Portsmouth to take on the Trojans, and the Aces find themselves in the playoffs at that 12th position in the standings. And now they've got to take on Portsmouth, who was down around, 10th?
Yeah.
But then when the Ironton games got thrown out, they jumped right up to 5th. So they were going to go on the road, but now they are hosting as well. So we will have coverage starting at 6:50. Mike Smith and B.J. Daly will be on microphone. I'll be down on the field along with Aaron Glandon, and we'll participate in the post-game show as well.
All righty. All SOC volleyball honors have been announced. Division III Player of the Year is Ella Chamberlain of Wheelersburg. Defensive Player of the Year, Addison Claxton of South Webster. And Coach of the Year is Kelsey Glockner of Wheelersburg. Many of you Westfall folks remember Kelsey as Kelsey Sewards when she was playing ball years ago. I won't say how many. Every time she sees me, she always says, "Hello, Mike Smith." It's always first and last name. Also, Division II All SOC Co-Player of the Year is Emma Figgins of Oak Hill and Addie Brewster of Western. Tri-Players of the Year on defense are Bailey Larmer of Oak Hill, Aubrey Quillen of Eastern, and Jocelyn Sanford of Northwest. D1 Player of the Year is Macy Ford of Notre Dame. Defensive Player of the Year, Bella Rush of Notre Dame. And Coach of the Year is Keith Cottle of Portsmouth Clay. That entire list for all three divisions can be found on our website story at littermedia.com. You want to talk about that?
No, go ahead. I want to check this out.
Tickets are available for the Zane Trace alumni football game versus Westfall, which will be on November the 8th. Now, you might remember for a few years, Westfall played Paint Valley. I think the Bearcat, at least a couple of them that I talked about that played in this game, they said, I realized when I got out there, I'm too old for this. So they're trying the Pioneers now. All pre-sale tickets sold benefit the Zane Trace Athletic Booster because the game that night is at Zane Trace. You can see the QR code to get more information about your tickets.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland Cavaliers were victorious last night over the Detroit Pistons, a final of 116-95. Blue Jackets will skate in Buffalo tonight against the Sabres. World Series action last night took nearly 7 hours, or was it exactly 7 hours to play?
6:40, I think they said. 6:49 or something like that.
I looked in on it. It was a 5-4 lead for Toronto, seventh inning. And Otani came up, and next thing you know, bam.
Yeah.
And it was tied. I went ahead back to the Monday Night Football game and saw how things were working out there. Then I decided to watch an episode of The Chosen, and then I go back, and they're in the 12th inning of the baseball game. Right. And then I was in and out, just kind of trying to stay awake. And being in our early 60s, we just don't stay awake that long.
2:50 a.m. our time. Now, this tied the World Series record for most innings in a game. You know what the other one was?
The Dodgers in Boston, wasn't it?
Right, 18 innings. That game, though, went 7 hours and so many minutes. So,
but they had said, wasn't it Muncy had ended the game with a home run in that game, but last night it was
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman getting the big knock.
Yeah, Freddie's a good guy. I don't like the Dodgers, never have, but I do like Freddie Freeman. Yeah, he was born in the Salvation Army. His mother died when he was very young.
Really?
And his dad raised him, and they did a special about playing pitch and catch with one another, and Dad saying, I never dreamed that my son would one day be playing Major League Baseball. And from all I know about Freddie, he's just a good guy.
He is a class individual. The Columbus Crew was in action last night also.
Yeah, Cincinnati beat them 1-0.
So there was, they call it the Hell is Real game. Well, now it's a series because they're playing the best of three.
And they come back to Columbus, and I think I don't know if it's Saturday or later this weekend, I think, is correct. And then if Cincinnati wins that one, it's over and they move to the next round. So
yeah.
But if Columbus wins, then it goes back to Cincinnati for the third and deciding match.
Right. Let me just double check on the schedule.
I think when we did the original story last week, we had that layout, but I can't remember what.
November 2nd is Sunday.
Okay.
So they'll play in Columbus on Sunday. That's at 6:30, and then Game 3 would be on November 8th.
Gotcha.
We don't do a whole lot of Columbus Crew stuff, just because it's out of sight, out of mind sometimes, and so forgot about putting an image together for you to show you there, but. Our guys lost, so.
Well, unless Cincinnati's in Ohio too.
It is. But the Crew was first.
That's true.
So
That is correct.
It's hard to believe they've been around since, what, 1996?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they came to Chillicothe and
I do.
visited the radio station and
Yep.
and they talked to us about becoming the voice of the Columbus Crew? And so we had a lot of fun with that over the years, and I got to go up and produce a broadcast for what was the San Jose Earthquakes at the time against the Columbus Crew. I made $300 that day.
This was the Spanish speaking, right?
Univision
Yeah.
paid me $300 to come up and engineer, and I took every piece of equipment we had from Chillicothe to put this on because I didn't want it to fall through. And it was one of the more rewarding experiences I think I ever had.
How did you know to do what you need on cue when you don't, or do you speak Spanish?
Well, I not like they do. I'm sophomore high school level Spanish, and these guys were just, and I don't care who you are, where you are in the world, the game of soccer was made in a radio aspect for the Latino language. In listening to it in Spanish, it is, and the announcers, they have such a symphonic performance. It's really, really cool. And then when they hit the goal, they stretch that bad boy out. Columbus lost 2-0 that night, and the first time a goal was scored was in the first half. And I'm talking to Mr. Dan Latham, sir, who was our general manager at the time and a Columbus Crew season ticket holder, I think, which I think were maybe the trade tickets through the radio station.
I'm sure.
So, but at any rate, I talked to him at halftime, and I said, this guy's one of those that goes, goal, stretches it out. And I said, I'm going to time him the next time. 18 seconds.
Oh, my gosh.
18 seconds. And I can't remember all of his name. He had like 4 names, and it was something like Caesar Augustus Romero something or other Garcia. But super nice guy. We sat down, had dinner beforehand.
Oh, wow.
And he was bilingual, so we held a conversation like normal. But then, man, when the light came on for him to start doing,
You understood when he said, pass the pepper.
I did. And I heard goal, and then in our closing credits, he was thanking Dan Latham and me. So I was listening to him speak, and then I heard my name. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I know what he said.
Yeah.
So Dan Ramey, Dan Latham, and goal. So I understood.
Yeah. Everything else?
5 words.
Call my interpreter. Yeah.
Right. Okay, coming up in just a moment to look at this date in history. So stick close for that. But first, we want to tell you about these guys.
You need gas? Call these folks. Litter Quality Propane. Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for this date in history. We go back to, we were both alive during this.
Yes.
So
don't remember when this happened, but 1965.
It would have been on this date.
On this date.
1965.
That's right. Construction is completed on the Gateway Arch. That's the 630-foot curve of stainless steel marking the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial on the waterfront of St. Louis, Missouri. Now, the Gateway Arch, designed by Finnish-born American-educated architect Eero Saarinen, was erected to commemorate President Jefferson's Louisiana Purchase of 1803. St. Louis had a major role.
What was his name again?
I'm not going back. The sad thing of this, just to tell you how long things take sometimes, this project design was awarded to him in 1947, but he passed away in 1961 before the construction even started 2 years later.
Wow.
So that's how long it took to get the project underway after he had been awarded the engineering contract, and then he didn't even live long enough to see it started, let alone completed, on this date in 1965.
That's kind of like, we see all these markers and people saying, George Washington slept here. One of the places he never slept was the White House.
That's true. It wasn't there, yeah.
Because they plotted out the District of Columbia, they plotted out the White House, but it didn't get built and all the way through until, late 70s?
We had that.
It's like 18... Well, it was the War of 1812 when they came in and they
set
burned
fire
it down.
to it in 1813.
So it was early 1800s, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
Can't remember exactly.
One of the Adams boys, I think, was the first to actually get to stay there.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the second Adams, I think.
Yeah.
Was that John or was that?
Well, they were
John
both
Quincy.
John, but one was Quincy, and I don't know, can't remember which ones.
I think the second one was John Quincy Adams because of. How are you going to tell us apart? Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy. You remember that TV series about the corner?
That's right.
Call me Quincy.
Wasn't he on The Odd Couple?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he got around. Yeah.
All right, that's it for today's program. We had a special edition this morning where we went out on the road and met up with the kids out at the FFA at Adena High School. So you can see that on our Facebook page today, but it will be available also on our YouTube channel. I think you can actually see it live on our YouTube channel.
It's on YouTube now.
As well. But there will be one that's polished up and post-production done to it and everything. Kids were fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, there was a junior and a senior involved in the conversation, but the sophomores carried themselves very well. And I'm thinking, good golly, could I have done that as a sophomore? Put up with some old guy. By the way, have you ever been in that room?
Yes. Yep.
I wanted to know why there was not Mike Smith above the broadcast studio.
Well, probably because Mike Smith was never in FFA.
Well, this was in the elementary.
Oh, I thought you were doing it in the FFA building.
No.
What happened with that?
The original spot was to be in the, you must have just assumed it would be the FFA
I just assumed
building.
it was in the FA. I was telling my wife you guys would be out there, but she said, well, they'll be in the FFA building. So,
well, that wasn't the case.
Okay.
We went through the library and went into this little room that they've turned into a broadcast studio, and the elementary kids, I guess, do news.
I wasn't aware of that. I don't think my wife's aware of that either.
I found out today when we walked in. So,
okay.
I mean, they had light rigging up and the whole deal. They didn't have lights, but they had light rigging.
Well, then my name's not on there because I haven't given them enough money other than my tax dollars. Yeah.
So see, this guy, get his name on that plaque when he donates enough to get you some lights and a green screen. They do have you've been in an emergency room where they draw the curtain and everything. Or they have one of those curved things up at the top for a green screen.
Gotcha.
So you might be able to make a donation and become the Mike Smith broadcast
The
studio.
Mike Smith green screen.
All right, that's it for the program today. Thank you for watching. Back at it again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live.